guys, it's Ahmer here. So today I wanted to talk about a really neat video game store display item that I just picked up. So let's go ahead and see this amazing score that I found on Facebook Marketplace. Let's check it out. So recently, I have been on a kick trying to find some new display items in my video game collection. Whether I have the room or not, as I'm still trying to work my way on making a spot for that beautiful fiber optic World of Nintendo store display. Well, that light actually fits in great with this item. So I was doing some research and I saw this really awesome video game cabinet, this store display cabinet. I saw one on Facebook Marketplace for only $50. Now, a normal person might be thinking, I wonder what this display cabinet used to be. I wonder if this is just a plain little, just generic one that you see at any store location. Well, I actually saw this blue striping on it, and I thought, wow, that looks very similar to the old Sears, Nintendo, and Sega areas that they had in the Funtronics section. So yes, I scored a rare Nintendo/Sega store display cabinet for only $50. So we'll go ahead and talk about that for a little bit. So of course, I saw this item on Facebook Marketplace. I immediately messaged the person and they said that it was already pending pickup. So I got a little bit discouraged, but I still had some hope that maybe I would be next up in line. So of course the first person couldn't make it out. They didn't have a way to transport this item. And this thing is pretty large, as it is about 6 foot in length, maybe about 4 foot high. It is a pretty decent weight on it with all of the glass. So I knew that this was something that I could not lift, I could not even move around. So I figured that I would try and find someone to help me with a vehicle that was large enough to transport this and try and find some muscle. So I relied on a buddy of mine who is a firefighter, and he actually helped me out along with another guy that had a vehicle to transport this. So of course they were very helpful in this whole entire process, and they were able to take care of everything pretty much for me. That way I didn't even have to touch it. So this right here is a pretty awesome World of Nintendo era. I would say in 1992, Sears had this whole entire Funtronics section that they would display World of Nintendo products, and they would have an entire section of Sega items. So these cabinets you can see in some of these pictures that I'm overlaying would have a red stripe, and this place actually still had one of those that they are currently using. So as soon as they are no longer using that, I think I'm next up in line. So that would be pretty cool to reunite these two Sears cabinets side by side, where you have this red stripe and the blue stripe. And then of course you'll notice in some of these pictures that the red ones have Nintendo on it, and then of course the blue ones would be on the Sega display on that Sega side. So a lot of people are a little bit confused as to if they all had Nintendo items in there or if some of them were Sega. But I would estimate that the blue would be for Sega and the red would be World of Nintendo items, where you would see that really beautiful fiber optic Nintendo sign that I just recently picked up. Of course, you'd see all kinds of cool displays and signage in the areas. You'd see kiosks on the table, like a Game Boy kiosk. You'd have one of those up on one of these cabinets. Some of them are glass display cabinets, and some actually have kind of a hard surface. You'll notice that some have the built-in kiosks and big wall units for Super Nintendo and just Nintendo area kind of Nintendo products. So these are definitely pretty neat, and to the average person, you wouldn't even know that this was a rare historical item from back in the day related to video games. And this place that I got it from was donated this item along with the Nintendo one that they still actually use to this day. So it would be pretty cool to reunite them together, and they weren't looking to make a profit or anything, as they got their time with it, as they had it for over 10 years or so. So this is just a really cool, neat little display, neat little historical item that I just wanted to mention. Now I have to try and find a spot for it, maybe get some cool Sega boxes and Sega stuff in there, and once I get the Nintendo one, maybe do a whole entire World of Nintendo display little section in my game room. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. Would you have picked it up for only $50? Now I've seen some of these sell for a lot more than that. So just let me know what you guys would do, and of course thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more.